Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at the 2023 neo-noir action thriller film John Wick Chapter 4, directed by Chad Stahelski and starring Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, and Bill Skarsgard. A spoiler alert is in effect, as this is still a new movie. Let's begin. In New York City, John Wick prepares to exact revenge against the High Table while hiding underground with the Bowery King. He travels to Morocco and kills the Elder, the one who sits above the table. In response, the Marquis Vincent de Gramont, a member of the High Table, summons New York Continental manager Winston and his concierge, Karen. De Gramont explains that the High Table has given him unlimited resources to find and kill John Wick. He chastises Winston for his failure to assassinate John. As punishment, de Gramont strips Winston of his duties as manager and declares him excommunicado, destroys the Continental, and executes Karen. De Gramont then travels to Paris and enlists Kane, a blind retired high-tabled assassin, to kill his own friend, John, threatening to murder Kane's daughter otherwise. John takes refuge at the Osaka Continental, run by his friend Shimazu Koji. De Gramont's right-hand man, Chidi, backed by high-table assassins, and Kane, arrives to investigate the hotel. Shimazu's daughter, Akira, the hotel's concierge, evacuates the hotel just before the High Table deconsecrates it, igniting a melee. John fights through waves of armored assassins, and a showdown with Kane is interrupted by a bounty hunter who calls himself Mr. Nobody. He aids in John's escape after determining that the contract money for killing John to be insufficient. Kane allows wounded Akira to flee after reluctantly killing her father. John returns to New York and meets with a vengeful Winston at Karen's gravesite. Winston advises John to invoke an old High Table tradition to challenge de Gramont to a duel. Winning would free John of all obligations to the High Table, but he can only request a duel on behalf of a crime family. He travels to the Berlin headquarters of the Ruska Roma crime syndicate, with whom he had severed ties, to request readmission. His adoptive sister Katya agrees to his request in exchange for John killing Killa, a High Table member who murdered her father. Although Killa sets up an ambush at his nightclub, John still manages to kill him and regain his status. Winston relays John's formal challenge to de Gramont. He requests that the New York Continental be rebuilt, with him reinstated as manager, should John win. In Paris, John and de Gramont decide the parameters of their duel, dueling pistols on the following sunrise at Sacré-Cœur in a meeting moderated by the Harbinger, the table's emissary. De Gramont nominates a reluctant Kane to fight in his place. John and Winston will be executed should either fail to appear on time. The Bowery King arrives in Paris to give John a pistol and a new ballistic suit. De Gramont intends to prevent John from arriving at the duel in time by placing a $26 million bounty on him. John fights off hordes of assassins on his way to Sacré-Cœur, including Mr. Nobody, who negotiates a bounty increase to $40 million. During the confrontation, John prevents Chidi from killing Mr. Nobody's beloved dog. A stunned Mr. Nobody decides to abandon his pursuit of John. After Kane and Mr. Nobody assist John in fighting off several assassins, including Chidi, whom Mr. Nobody kills, at the long staircase that leads to Sacré-Cœur, they reach the summit just in time for the duel. John and Kane inflict serious wounds on each other through 2 rounds of dueling. The third round comes to a halt when Kane severely wounds John. Demanding the right to administer the coup de grace, de Gramont eagerly swaps places with Kane. However, John, who had not yet fired his third bullet, shoots and kills an unsuspecting de Gramont. The Harbinger grants Kane and John their freedom from the High Table, and Winston is reinstated. After collapsing on the staircase, John reflects upon his life and marriage before succumbing to his injuries. Sometime later, Winston and the Bowery King bid farewell to John at his tombstone, located next to his late wife Helen's. In a post-credit scene, Kane returns to Paris to reunite with his daughter, but is approached by the vengeful Akira, who brandishes a weapon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below letting me know which movie you'd like to see me do next, and what you thought of this movie. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.